If you're still getting confused on how to read candlesticks and what candlesticks are, this video will clarify everything for you. So on this video, I'm gonna explain to you what a candlestick is, what the body of the candlestick is, basically how to read the candlestick and how to make use of it, right, when trading, so that you can become profitable at last. So let's head into the chat. I have some keynotes here which we'll be going through, right? So what a candlestick is, this is a chart pattern or a type of graph, right? So we have different graphs here. So if I click here, as you can see, we have a drop down. So we have bars, we have candlesticks, or candles, but then candlesticks in full. We have hollow candles, we have volume candles, line, graph, line, blah 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 blah, and then this go on and on and on and on, right? So you see I clicked on bar there. If we head over here on the chart, you'll be able to see that your graph will now be shown using the bars. You see, so instead of the bars, what do? We select candlesticks because they are the common ones and they are easy to read. Okay, so that's what a candle is. Now a candlestick is this thing right here, right? One singular rectangular thing here with lines at both ends, at the top and at the bottom, right? That's what a candlestick is. Now a candlestick, depending on the time frame that you're on, one candlestick represents a certain time. Okay, so in this case, you see here we have, if I click on this drop down, we have 1 second, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 45, and so on and so forth, right? We have minutes, we have, let me close this, we have hours, we have days. So we have these are our different time frames. So if you click on 1 minute, right, this one candlestick here, remember that a candlestick is a rectangular thingy with lines at both ends. Okay, so this one singular candlestick here represents 1 minute. Why? Because we are on the 1 minute time frame. Okay, so if we go over to, we go over to 2 minutes. What does this one candlestick represent? 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Each and every single candlestick that you see here is 2 minutes. Meaning, if let's say the time is 1858, as you can, if you look down here, it is 1858, and then once it moves from 1858 to 1900, we're gonna get a new candlestick, right? This one will close. I will explain what closing is, and you'll understand. Don't worry. So 1900, new candlestick. 1902, new candlesticks. So 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes time difference, we get a new candlestick, right? And then if we go again, we click here, 3 minutes, same applies. One candlestick represent 3 minutes. 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 3 minutes, right? And then same goes for hours. So this one candlestick here represents 1 hour, meaning it took 1 hour for this candlestick to form, to open, move around, and close, right? Each and every single candlestick that you see in under the 1 hour time frame represents a whole hour, right? It took a whole hour for it to form. Same goes for the days, which will be here. Same goes for the days. 1 day, 1 day, 1 day, 1 day, 1 day, right? Weekly, same applies. One candlestick represents a whole week. So that's what candlesticks are, right? Okay, I don't want this 3 minutes here, but it's fine. So that's what a candlestick is, and how you can, and how it represents itself on the chart. Right now, what the body means. So each and every single body of the candlesticks has a meaning, right? If you will be trading patterns, different candlesticks, engulfing doji candlesticks, wow, all those different kind of candlesticks, right? Then the body of the candlestick will mean so much to you. But again, even if you don't trade different chart patterns and using different types of candlesticks to read the chart, you will still be able to tell if a candlestick was strong or not, right? So for example, if we look here, we have a huge candlestick, right? This blue one right here, we have a huge candlestick. What it means is there were a lot of buyers. So blue in my case represents bullish, right? Black represents bearish. Blue is when we're moving up, black is when we're moving down. So bullish, up, bearish, down, right? So if we have a huge singular candlestick like this, it means there was a lot of buys or buyers, right? Okay, let me clarify this. Bullish, buys, and move up, all the same thing, right? Bearish, sells, and a move down, all the same. So you'll hear me mixing the words in between. So this right here, again, it means there were a lot of buyers under this 5-minute candlestick, right? Hence we had this huge candlestick body. Okay, and then same goes if you see here we have a small, okay, let me not use that one, let's look for a small one. See here we have a small one which was bullish again, but it was small, meaning there wasn't a lot of buyers. Okay, so now how do you read a candlestick? Is that what's coming next? Okay, the wick, open, high and close. Yes. So let me draw for you. For a bullish candlestick, this is what it looks like, right? Boom, boom. Then we have that, and we have this, right? Bearish, same goes, but you will see that there is some difference on how you read them, right? So, and now let me separate them a bit. Should I make this a different color instead? Let's change this one to green. Because I know normally this is how the chart looks like, green, red and green. So I simply changed my colors around. So the green one is a bullish candlestick, right? So how can you read a candlestick is you'll use this. This is how you read a candlestick. So the bottom part of a bullish candlestick is the opening of the candlestick, right? Here, this was the opening down here of the candlestick. Let's use blue. This was the opening, right? This up here, this was the closing of the candlestick, right? And then this hair string that you see here, right? This here, this hair string is what we call a wick. So a wick simply means that the candlestick during its 5-minute period, if this was a 5-minute time frame, so during its 5-minute period, it moved around and it came all the way down to this low, right? But then it didn't close down here. What did it do? It moved away from this low and it went up, meaning now this is what we call a wick, which shows that the candlestick did in fact come to this low, but then it didn't close at that low, right? See, it's simply like more like a trade showing you where price came to and eventually moved away from. Same goes for this one up here. Let me boom. Same goes for this one. Simply shows that price came all the way up to this point, but then it didn't close there. It moved back a bit. It moved down a bit, right? So hence we have this wick. So let me write this for you. So here we have the close. Oh, we have the close there, and then we have a wick, right? Then we have what? Then here we have the opening of the candlestick. And then down here we have what again? A wick. So this is for the bullish candlestick, right? Now for the bearish candlestick, same thing applies, right? We have a wick, but then what's different is our closing is down here. Oh, another thing that I forgot to show is that this here is the body of the candlestick. This here, the rectangular body. The rectangle is the body of the candlestick, right? So this is how you can read the candlestick. Now, as I was explaining for the bearish candlestick, here the same thing, like similar to this, right? The only difference is the opening and the close. So our close will be down here, our opening will be up here, right? This is still a body, this is still a wick, and this is still a wick, similar to this, right? Nothing changes, only these two, the close and the opening of the candlestick changes. So that's how you can read a candlestick, right? Now again, the size. Okay, let's go. So as we saw, or as I explained, they have different sizes, right? There are some candlesticks which are huge, or huge move down, or huge move up. Some are just small, right? So what does it mean? Again, if we have a huge move up like this previous example here, it means there are a lot of buyers in the market, right? A lot of buyers, huge move up. A lot of sellers, huge move down. See? Oh, wait, sorry. So a huge move up, a lot of buyers, a huge move down, a lot of sellers. Okay, so meaning that now when this huge move down closes, there is a potential for the sellers to continue selling, right? But does this mean that once we see this huge move down, are we gonna click sell on our trading platforms? Absolutely not. That's not how it goes. So you don't take trades just because you know how to read a candlestick. No, there are other confluences that you should pay attention to, right? This is just the basics that you should know about. So again, if you look from this candlestick down here to up there, you see a huge move up, right? Showing what? Again, that there were a lot of buyers in the market at that period or at that time, Okay, so that's what a huge candlestick means. Now we have small candlesticks, because as you can tell we have different sizes of candlesticks. So let's say, which one, for example, this one here, right? So this one is fairly small. Let me zoom in so you can see. This candlestick is small, right? The body is small, the wicks are long, sure, but the body is small. Now when you read the candlestick size, you only focus on the body, right? The wicks, we don't care much about them, right? So the body is small. That means there were sellers at this period in at this time period of time. However, there were not a lot of them. Okay, and same goes for if we have a move up which was small. Simply means like this one here, this one here. You see the candlestick body is small. This simply means there were buyers at that time, right? However, there wasn't a lot of them, which means which in turn made the body to be small, right? If there were a lot of buyers, the body would have been huge. Now again, does it mean that when we have like a huge bullish candlestick, we're gonna click buy? Absolutely not. Absolutely not, Prochacho. So you're gonna, again, this is simply for you to be able to read candlesticks, to know we have a lot of buyers at this point, we have a lot of sellers, or we have a few buyers at this point or a few sellers at this point in the market, in that specific index or currency pair or commodity. Okay, so with that being said, that's how you read a candlestick. And again, knowing how to read a candlestick doesn't mean now you should take trades based off what a candlestick body is saying, right? You simply have to take note of other confluences which you are gonna learn about, and then put all of those together and you'll be able to trade. So did we cover everything? Yes, we did. So that's it for the video. Now you know what a candlestick is. You can go and tell your friends or tell your grandpas and your family members and be like, I learned this new thing. It's called a new candlestick, which moves the market. This means that there is a lot of buyers in the market. This means that there's a lot of sellers in the market, so that you can shine and look smart. Okay? Good. Now with that being said, I'll see you on to the next video and have a great one. Cheers.